What's going on, everybody? This Afro think tank. Now, it's sad that, we got to do all of this, right? All this permanent boycotting, because it's beyond boycott, right? All your, we're at war when it comes to this economic war with these parasites in our communities, but we know it's not the entire Asian community. I know every community that has an abundance of racism, they all like to throw that out. It's not the entirety of the whatever community. We hear that a lot, we understand that, but it's the majority of your communities. It's a significant portion of your communities. And admittedly, by your own people, you guys are brainwashed by white supremacy, mixed up with some of your own backwards thinking that has you in this situation. And you guys have most definitely forgot, or maybe you weren't taught American history, because if you were, you would know that that man is not your friend. It has never been your friend. The only friends that you've ever had has been black people, and this is how you treat us. You have single-handedly, as a group of people, got rid of opportunities for certain children in school. Y'all had a whole campaign to get rid of affirmative action, something that my forefathers, my ancestors fought for, some died for. You just fought against that. And guess who's suffering? You. Because you benefited from that, but you didn't think so because you thought you were so smart. Because that white man told you were so much smarter than us. Gassing your head up. Gassing your head up to prep you and prime you and groom you to be the buffer class citizens that you are. And you have done an excellent job being a buffer class for white supremacy. Congratulations. You should be proud of yourself, if that's a measurement of Asian excellence. But now we find ourselves in a situation in which now we have to not only fight white supremacy from the white man, which we've been doing this entire time. Not only do we got to deal with racist ass Latinos who don't know that they're the Native Americans, and they want to capitulate to white supremacy because they too soft and want to be closer to whiteness. The people that came to their land, murdered all of their people, destroyed their societies, destroyed their languages, destroyed who they are, and now they think they're somebody else. Destroyed their entire identity. Not only do we got to fight those guys, but now we got to fight you, Asian people, which we Asians and black people have no historical issues with each other, but you created an historical issue with us because of your need to be white, because you don't value your own culture and your people. You value whiteness. You value money. You're materialistic. Also, aspects of your culture when it comes to education and competition and lack of family, unity, and community. Because you are a dog-eat-dog group of people, because that's where y'all come from. A society where it's dog-eat-dog. F my neighbor. And you brought that here. Reaping the benefits of what my ancestors did for you. While kissing the ass of the person that never wanted to give it to you. That's never liked you. That only likes your women because they can be used easily. That's it. And look how they got your women acting. They're extra messed up. Don't even respect you Asian men because they rather go get a white man. Because they value white men over you Asian men. That's what the white man has done to you. You have never seen a group of black people demasculate you the way white people demasculate you. You've never seen it. You actually can't even name a time that we as a group of people ever did anything to you, to harm you on purpose. Never. Except for this moment of defensive measures that we have to take. Because we can't allow you to continue to harm our children. Continue to put your hands on our women. Continue to kill our boys. That's not something we can tolerate as black people. Sorry, we're not coping with that anymore. Especially coming from people like you. Ungrateful group of human beings on this planet that don't know how to be grateful and gracious and empathetic to the people that deserve it, but you can give all the praise and graciousness and empatheticness to the people who enslaved you, who colonized you, who made you less than nothing, who enslaved you by another name. That's weakness upon your part as a group of people. So we're going to have to do what we got to do. But maybe you need to be reminded about American history, about your relationship with this white person. So this white man's going to tell you That they ain't never been your friends. And by the way, he's a ginger. Therefore, he's an auxiliary black man. We've already discussed that. Our gingers are like the best white people we have on this planet. And they reflect that because they understand what racism looks like. Because in Europe, they were the ones being discriminated against. And some of them have figured it out and kept it real the entire time. We can always count on our gingers to be the best allies and the spokesperson for the European people because everybody else is having a mental breakdown right now. So this ginger is going to, because he's an auxiliary black man, this ginger is going to remind you that the white man has never been your friend. And there's only one group of people that has been your friend. But you've been a terrible friend. We supported your industries. We supported your lead actors, your lead male actors. If it wasn't for a lot of us, a lot of the industries that's popular today wouldn't be popular. We make what you do cool because we enjoy some of the things that you guys do. We enjoy some of your culture. We like you. But we don't like the fact that you are unnecessarily and unjustifiably racist to us. And listen, egos to egos, we're not going to have you people thinking y'all can put your hands on us and overlord on us. We're not going to have another white colonizer. We're not going to have another oppressor. We are too powerful and we're coming into our power. We're realizing it. This goddamn pussycat is becoming a goddamn lion and it knows it's the king of the jungle. So the rest of you, I better get your shit together. All right? Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. This is Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
So, I've been seeing this online. I've been meaning to address it. And, there's been certain Asian people on here. And I know that they do not represent the entire Asian community when I say this. So, anyone in the Asian community that's been following what I'm saying, that supports what I'm saying, that supports rights and freedom and just, good vibes for all, this ain't aimed at y'all. So, hopefully y'all don't take offense to this. But, for those in the Asian community that are going after the black community, y'all need to stop. Okay? Y'all need to stop showing out for crackers because they are not y'all's friends. Last time I checked, crackers are the only people that have ever dropped an atomic bomb on Japan. They're the only people that have dropped Agent Orange on Vietnam. They're the only people that did the My Lai massacre. And that's just off the top of my head. So, white people are not y'all's friends. They have never been. Crackers have never been y'all's friends. But the black community has had y'all's backs. Like, any rights y'all have is because of the rights that black America fought for. So, y'all need to really recalibrate who's on your side, who's had y'all's backs, and who's y'all's enemies. Because white people are not y'all's friends. They never have been. And unless something major changes with white culture, they're going to keep going and do the same shit they've always been doing. And y'all going to be catching the brunt end of it just along with everyone else that isn't them. So, just let y'all know.
All right, racists.
I am noticing white people join this conversation. And by conversation, I mean the conversation that my community and the black community are having right now in regards to what happened to Cyrus and how Cyrus was murdered by someone in my community. And I just want to say, I am happy that y'all are on the right side of history because great. But also, I am not willing to let y'all join this conversation and do what y'all did during the Stop Asian Hate thing. Because the truth of the matter is, what happened during Stop Asian Hate was that the majority of the people who were harming my community were white people. And y'all chose to scapegoat the black people. Y'all did. And created tension between my community and the black community. And now you're hopping on to this conversation, this issue that your community created, by the way. Your community created this fucking system. And you have the nerve to come into this conversation and try to scapegoat Asian people, try to make it seem like it's all of us who harm. When the reality is the majority of the people in your community are genocidal maniacs. The fuck out of this conversation.
Well, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Yesterday, this 21-year-old white dude went to massage parlors and shot killed 8 women. 6 of them were Asian. And the police say he have a sex addiction. He just had a really bad day. That's it.
And yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
We all know it's a hate crime towards Asian, especially Asian women. Just say that. Also, the police officer shared an anti-Asian Facebook post before. If someone tell you to stop making those racist jokes and stop reinforcing Asian fetishization, stop. I live in fear of my mom's safety every day. This needs to be stopped.
I have seen more Asian Americans being upset at the fact that Black Americans are threatening to boycott Asian businesses than I have seen Asian Americans speaking out against the murder of Cyrus Carmick Belton, a child who was murdered at the hands of an Asian man. And this has everything to do with race, especially when anti-Blackness is so deeply rooted in our community. I have said this a million times, and I'll say it as many times as I need to so you can get it through your thick skulls. The only reason why Asians exist in America in such a large population is because Black activists fought for our right to be here during the Civil Rights Movement. White people did not want us here. It's not enough for Asian people to just be not racist. You have to be anti-racist, and you have to be speaking out against these injustices, or else they'll continue to happen. We absolutely owe the Black community solidarity, and the sooner that we realize that we're not much different from each other is the sooner that real change starts to happen.
There is a gold rush, and that rich white man sold. Oh, you are aware that Latinos helped white people lynch Chinese people and burn down Chinatowns around America back in the 1800s? Well, sit down and take notes. Now, I invite you to watch this video in its entirety because history is quite dramatic, and it's a long one. And if you can't afford to sit here for 3 minutes watching a video versus reading a 500-page book on Asian American history, then this is why Trump won. Contrary to popular belief, Chinese immigrants did not immigrate to America because they wanted to open up businesses. In fact, they were banned from opening up businesses or owning land. They came for new opportunity because of propaganda by the rich white man that there is a gold rush, and that rich white man sold the dream of the American dream. And in the 1700s and 1800s in particular, China was having an economic collapse because they were in war. So many Chinese men fled to America to find a greater opportunity for themselves and their family. But little did they know that they will be captured as indentured servants to serve the rich white man. Chinese immigrants were used as cheap laborers. They were paid less than white people. Oh, big surprise there. And because of the racism of this country, they were forced into extremely dangerous careers like gold mining, where they have to dig into tunnels that could possibly collapse on them. I mean, they didn't just lay down railroad tracks, but they also went ahead and mined in these dark tunnels with little to no resources at all. But not only were these Chinese immigrants exploited for their labor and paid less than their white counterparts, but they were actually segregated into certain camps, almost like a concentration camp. Oh, and to top it off, there were actually laws that were passed to continue to oppress the Chinese. So then the foreign miners tax was actually a tax for Chinese people specifically. So what the fuck is a foreign miners tax? Well, the Chinese immigrants who were mining for gold for the rich white man, they had to pay a $20 a month fee just so they could do their job that the white person didn't have to do. That equates to $400 to $700 USD today. Can you pay $400 to $700 additional tax just to do a job so that you could live and feed yourself, not to mention a job that white people don't want? Oh, and to make it more fun, there was actually a court case called the People versus Hall that did not allow Chinese people to testify against white people. Then, in 1870, the Naturalization Act was passed where Chinese people were forbidden to actually be given citizenship, even though they've been here for now over 100 years. The first Asian American, or actually Chinese immigrant that came into America was in 1785. We're now into 1870. Now let's get to the fun part, the lynchings. You see, just like today, rich white people use the same tactics that they used 400 years ago on dumb, unsuspecting, uneducated, and low-income white laborers. And that is to blame people of color. At that time, in the 1700s and 1800s, the blame was on Chinese immigrants that they were stealing all the jobs. And so began the angry mobs and the lynchings of Chinese immigrants. So, in 1871, the LA Chinese massacre involved 500 people who literally killed 19 Chinese immigrants. Oh, and because of that propaganda was so good, like today, a lot of Asian Americans, white, Latinos, and 8% of African Americans voted for Trump, and they voted for the deportation of Latinos because Latinos are stealing our jobs. And so the same propaganda was pushed towards Chinese immigrants at the time. So Latinos were actually involved in the lynching and the massacre of Chinese immigrants. Yay. So in 1877, there was the San Francisco riot. In 1885, there was the Tacoma riot, where police, politicians, and business people were involved. No surprise there. In 1886, there was the Seattle riot, where 200 Chinese people were removed. And then in 1885, there was the Pierce City lynching, where 5 died. And that was actually not white people, of course. It was Chinese people. And then in 1885, Squaw Valley was attacked, and then Chinese people were shot while they were sleeping. Yeah, in the middle of the night, because that's what ICE raised. Oh, I mean, white people. I mean, well, what's the difference? That's what they do. All in all, in the 1800s, there were about 150 mob attacks against Chinese immigrants, and 200 in LA died alone between 1849 to 1902. Now, you tell me, if you're exploited and paid less than a white person, and you're an indentured servant to rich white people, and you cannot speak up against white people, do you think you can own a house? Do you think you could own a business? Especially if you're not a citizen of America. Now, for those who are paying attention, when was the first settler in America? 1785. Now, when do you think Chinese immigrants were given the right to have citizenship in America? Not until after the Civil Rights Movement in 1965. It's called the Immigration and Nationality Act. For 180 years, Chinese people could not own land, and they could not buy property, nor can they own businesses without the possibility of a mob attacking them and shooting them while they're asleep. Oh, you are aware that Latinos helped white people lynch Chinese people and burn down Chinatowns around America back in the 1800s?
Fuck them again. Fuck them. Them and you is not friend. Fuck them. Them no need to be in your life. So why you making them cause you nothing but trouble and strife? Fuck them.
The texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate, you should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.